What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to review my February 26th trading results. I will walk through the trades I took during the month, break them down one by one and share my honest thoughts on what I did well and where I messed up. I'm making these monthly reviews mainly for my own documentation and improvement, but also so others can hopefully take something useful from my process, whether that's a mistake to avoid or a mindset shift that helps. So here are the trades what I took last month. So let's get into it. First trade of the month on Nasdaq, a long position, size 0.51, confident, plan followed, expected loss was 1 hour. This resulted a win, so 0% deviation, ended up at 3-hour banger. So the trade is looking like this. I was looking for liquidity sweep and a reclaim of that level and a continuation, a reversal higher. So this is actually an A+ setup. This is actually the textbook style of this system. So there we have our liquidity level right there, and yeah, reversed completely. Nothing much to say about it. That is an A+ setup. Entry was perfect, actually, couldn't get any better, and take profit also was following the system. So the second trade of the month, again NQ, again a long position, sentiment neutral, plan followed, yes. Expected loss 0 that's because most probably is a break-even trade. Again, same setup. So yeah, all right. So again, same idea. Liquidity level, this red line, price going below the liquidity level and then reclaiming the liquidity level after making a market structure break. So break even, very simple break even rule applies when price, after reclaiming the level and entering in the trade, makes a new high. So as you can see here, market pushes higher, then I set my break even around this level. So yeah, nothing much to say about this. That is the same trade, same idea, and executed perfectly in my opinion. Third trade, that's BTC, a long position, and here we have fear, not so confident, plan followed though, expected loss 1 hour, deviation under 10%, pretty good, and resulted a loss. And yeah, almost 1 hour loss. System, the setup is the same, liquidity reclaim. So yeah, okay, I understand now why I had fear and why I was not so confident. If we look at here, the second trade, you can see that we break higher, and then I set up my SL to break even. But in this scenario, we entered later, so the execution was sloppy. I didn't enter in the first touch, or maybe a didn't got filled, but there is actually a sweeping the high, and that is in the categorizing in the break even category. So actually this setup not following the plan completely. Same setup, liquidity, trying to reclaim, after reclaiming make a market structure break, but it's already had an attempt to push higher, and then I entered in the trade. So okay, let's just say this trade didn't follow. Yeah, so this is the point to reviewing your trades. I already forget about this, but now it's amplifying much more why I'm using this break-even rule. So the fourth trade of the month, NQ, long, without focus sentiment. I can remember this. I think I was playing some kind of stupid game, and I was just focusing on trading with half an eye. Either way, expected loss 1 hour deviation under 10%. That's very good. Ended up resulted in a loss. All right, 1.02. Liquidity reclaim, same system again. So again, I see where the problem is. Normally this setup is worse just then if the price is already pushed and closed below the liquidity level, and then starts to reclaim it. So as you can hear here, just sweeping it, barely closing below it. Then right around the New York session, a fake pump appears, and then just straight down, taking out those lows and those buyers. So yeah, this is I think execution pretty bad, and also the trade idea was pretty bad in this scenario. So trade number 5, again NQ, a short position that is a really big size, an unusual size normally. Sentiment neutral, follow the plan, yes. Expected loss 1 hour, deviation 0%, and resulted in a loss -1 hour. And as you can see, this is a different setup, and let me just show you the trade. So I was backtesting this setup from 23, I think 2023 till 2025, and from 2023 till 2024 the trade was the setup was extremely profitable, but as of 25 starts the trade lost the setup lost completely edge. So my advice would be never start trading something live before you completely backtested it completely. So yeah, I think this is the only trade with this setup from my journal this month. So trade number 6, that was on gold. This is a short position, relatively really low size, but I think some changes appear at FTMO, and that is the size has been changed because some the margin has been improved. It's been right now it's been higher, I think. So till now was like 1 to 20 or something like that. Now it's 1 to 50 or something, I think. So I'm not sure about it. I'm not really trading gold as much. So yeah, deviation 2%, ended up in break even. I actually don't remember this trade so much. Yeah, this was this was around the news event, and yeah, execution was good. I was very good. So same idea, liquidity, going above the liquidity, then failing to push higher, making a market structure break, and entering on the retest. And the break-even rule applies after we tried to push lower and sweep that low. So yeah, that is a good one. That's following the plan completely. Trade number 7, what is actually not a trade, that was just a bad sizing. As I said, is some other it's other position sizing on FTMO. So I wanted to have this position size, but I have to do this one instead. So trade number 8, that's Bitcoin, a long position. All right, pretty low sizing as expected. Fear, confident. Okay, plan followed, 1 hour, 0% deviation, and that's resulted a winner, plus 377. That is again the same setup, liquidity reclaim. That is, this kind of setup is like mostly like a swing setup actually. And as you can see, it's to take profit, it took almost 1 day, 2 days. So same idea, price going below the liquidity level and trading below it, closing below it, and then making an market structure break and pushing higher. So yep, and after this high been taken out or breaked, then I have put my stop loss to break even. So this is also textbook style. Actually, I had a fear because the structure was very compressed. So, and my SL is also very not that big. So trade number 9, BTC, again a long position, again pretty low sizing. Expected loss null R, deviation 3%, and ended up in break even. Same setup. So yeah. All right, this setup, if I'm not mistaken, I took this on a Friday and ended up going into the weekend. And yeah, so the idea is the same idea, liquidity level, closing below it, then reclaiming with the market structure break and entering on the retest. And as you can see, I've been waiting, I think this was Saturday. No, I think this was Friday going into Saturday, and Saturday we got this big pump, resulted the break of structure, and as of the break of structure happened, I put my SL to break even, and this pump is ended up just a simple weekend pump and reversed it completely. So again, this is also textbook style. Nothing to say against it. Maybe I shouldn't have taken this on the Friday, but I am focusing to take every trade what is meeting my entry and my system rule. So trade number 10, again gold. This is a short position, pretty low sizing again. Trade was following the plan. Expected loss 1R, and here we got a 14% deviation. So system, same system, liquidity reclaim. Let us just see. All right, so I think this was after a news event, I think. So the big flush down actually was because a news event, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, actually gold is not really responding pretty well to this system. So I have also not many so it's not that often that appears this system on gold, and when it does, it's not really respecting the system. So yeah, as of now I think I will look for gold just from the sideways. I'm not going to trade gold. I want just to see how the system would perform. So I'm not going to trade it. I'm just going to focus and just trade it by the size. So I'm not going to trade live, just as I would backtest it. Trade number 11, BTC. Same sizing, long again. This is a neutral sentiment. Plan was followed. Expected loss would be 1R, 0% deviation. As of cause, result of this was a winner, and ended up 2.2R. So, and here comes the new system. This comes at the end of the month. So this is the complete system, and this is my second system in my arsenal, in my trading systems, and I will be just focusing on this system and the other system that I showed you before. So here, nothing much to say about this. Clean upward trend, and after this clean upward trend, New York session opens. We have the New York session first 50-minute candle, and with an impulse candle we are breaking out from this range, and after we broke out I entered in a long position. So entry perfect, I would say perfect entry. Exit also flawless exit. So the rule is the first 50-minute market structure break after the entry, and this was also around some liquidity level, so it had made a lot of sense to exit here. Trade number 12, NQ. This is also long position. Size is a lot bigger now because yeah, this is the other system, and this requires quite much larger sizing than the liquidity reclaim system, because I would say this is a swing system and this is a low time frame system, what could be turned in a swing trade sometimes. So this resulted a winner plus 0.53 R. Not as much, but still a winner. So same kind of idea. New York session opens, the first 50-minute candle closes, and after the first 50-minute candle close we are breaking out from the stock structure. We don't see a strong follow through, really slowly working its way upwards, but same as BTC, we are around resistance and loads of liquidity levels above, so this could have been just a short hunt. Yeah, this could have been a tricky one. We could have ended a trade much lower if I wouldn't exited here. So this was also a lucky one, because this market structure break could be actually misleading. And also I didn't quite close right here. I closed I think the following candles, because I didn't see any stronger movement, any momentum. So I expected the price is going to push back. Trade number 13, BTC. Short position, again lower sizing, because here after a winner. Actually I can't really explain this, but I had these two winners and this trade was taken on the next day, but I think this was actually after market close and the daily open. So it actually was the same day. So I had two winners and I had some kind of fear that this may end up in the losing trade, and I lost my profits, but I took it anyway. So yeah, expected loss would be 1 hour and 0% deviation, because this resulted in a winner. Ended up 2.28, and again liquidity reclaim, my swing system. And again, fuck that. So let me just fix this. All right, so here's the actual trade. As I said, it was actually after the daily open. So previously I had a good trade upwards, and as I said, we touched loads of liquidity levels. This is the 1 hour chart, so I can show you quite clearly how on the 50-minute this looks. But where is the orange? The orange line, there had been a market structure break, and then I decided to close the previous long trade, and then I entered in the short trade. So this ended up in a winner. It's gone much lower, but the system rule is to the first swing level, and that is the first swing level on the 1 hour. So yeah, I hesitated a little bit. I think I entered it around this candle, around this third candle, but yeah. So this is a very good sign that you should take any trades what is following your system. because I didn't want to take this trade, but I took it anyway. Trade number 14 and the last trade of the month. NQ long position, and I have here in the sentiment fear. The system was followed. Expected loss was 1 hour, and here we have a 33% deviation and resulted in a loss. I explain it in a moment. So 1.33, that is the loss, and the system is liquidity reclaim again. So why this trade resulted in such big loss? So it's a very big mistake from my side. I wanted to close the trade before market closing on the Friday, but I actually forgot the market close is around 9:50 p.m., not at 11 p.m. So I couldn't manage to close this trade on time, and the problem was I wanted to close this trade because we didn't meet the break-even rule. So yeah, that's fucked up. Anyways, so market kept down because the Iran-US war and resulted in such a big loss. So as of now, here are the actual results. We've seen the trades. So let's go by each section one by one. So we had in February total of 14 trades. That I think is a pretty normal size. So in my psychology, I would want to trade more, but those were the only opportunities for me in this month. So from those 14 trades, we have 5 winners, 5 losers, and 3 break-even trades, and also 1 mistake about that was the gold sizing mistake. So win rate without break-even, that would be 50% for this month, and win rate for all the trades, this is a 35.7%. So for this size, this is actually not relevant, but it's good to see how we perform throughout the month. So we ended up total R, that is net, and that is almost a 7% increase this month. Calculate also some kind of fees, that would be around 1.1 R, 1.5 R, something like that. So, but here is the important thing. Here is our EV. EV is actually pretty exclusive, I would say. So with this kind of EV, if that persists throughout the year, I think you can have a pretty awesome and profitable year. But for this trading sample, for this size, I wouldn't expect this kind of EV, because I think this is a really high class EV. Let's go to the other section. So trades following the plan, it was 12 from 14, almost 100%. I will be looking to increase that to 100% next month, or at least 90%. So non-planned trades, that was actually 1 with gold, and I don't even remember which one was the next one. Let me just check. Yeah, that was without focus and didn't match really the structure level, what should be happen. So actually without this mistake, we would ended up almost 8 R in profit this month. So I really like this section to add in my trading journal. I can see if I'm not fucking up, then where I could be. Yeah, so this is actually, this sample is much lower, but in the past I made bigger mistakes and ended up like -8% or -10%, and I could have ended up the month with +15%, 10%. But yes, there was psychology problems, over trading, and so on and so on. So Yeah, that is actually got really improved. So I want to see next month that I have no mistakes and I have followed 100% or at least 90% my trading plan. So directional metrics, we have 9 long trades. Four of them of those was winners and 4 of them of those was losers. So and one most likely was a break even. So a 44% win rate and a net result of 7 are my whole winners for the whole month. So actually it's pretty funny because the market is actually not going anywhere, but somehow this liquidity reclaim is reacting much better on the long side than on the short side. So this is a good metric to see. If this persists, I will be really thinking about to using just my liquidity reclaim system just on the long side. So the short, we have 5 shorts, and 5 of those, one of those shorts is a winner, and 3 of them is a loser at 20% win rate, and the minus 0.79 are loss. So yeah, nothing really to add here. Going into next month, my main focus is going to be execution and position sizing. I want to make sure I'm executing my trades cleanly without rushing entries and keeping my size consistent and appropriate for the setup. No overconfidence, no forcing it. I will also be cutting out everything except my 2 main setups, Liquidity Reclaim and ORC 15. Those are the setups I understand best and I want to trade them live only and really master them instead of spreading my focus too thin. On the backtesting side, I'm going to start working on developing a swing trading system, but that will stay strictly off live execution for now. The goal next month is simple: cleaner execution, better sizing, and more discipline overall.